Hey guys, Paolo here, back with another deep dive into the world of high-end tech. Today, we're exploring a laptop that might just be the ultimate package for gamers who are always on the go and portable power users like myself, the Asus ROG Zephyrus G14 2024 edition. Now, if you've been following the channel, I don't really go in depth with specs, but usually include the best video on the top, like here, that does in-depth benchmarking and all the details and stuff. And I believe Jared's Tech covered it very well here. Instead, we'll go over my initial experiences as a consumer with the specs that was right for me and give you my own pros and cons. And this time around, there's a lot of pros. Strap in as we unpack why this laptop might be your next big upgrade. Right out of the box, being used to a MacBook Pro, I took a business trip with the Zephyrus G14 for a month, being the first time I'm traveling without my MacBook. And at first glance, the G14 really impresses with its all aluminum chassis. It's really slick, very sturdy, and gives it a premium feel that rivals even the Razer Blade 14 or even the MacBook Pro in its 14 form factor. It's definitely thinner than its predecessors at just 1.59 centimeters thick, shedding not only millimeters but also the older model's slightly gamery aesthetic for something far more refined. And to be quite frank, the feel of this laptop doesn't feel like a gaming laptop at all. It actually feels really professional. Very discreet, very sleeper-like, if that makes any sense. And this thing is really small. This year, Asus has opted for a minimalist design with just a hint of flair, a single strip of programmable white LEDs across the lid. It's less about shouting its presence and more about sophistication, in my opinion. Plus, the new cooling design keeps it running cooler and quieter than ever, but we all know that's not the case with a 14-inch super ultra thin laptop like this that's designed for gaming. We know it's gonna get really hot. And the reason for that is under the hood, this G14 is powered by AMD's Ryzen 9 8945HS processor and an NVIDIA RTX 4060 GPU. I decided to go with the 4060 instead of the 4070 just because the gains are very minimal. I really want to keep this from getting too hot on my lap. As you probably know, the 4070 does tend to use a little bit more power, but again, the gains are not that substantial. So with that being said, I think the 4060 is just the right balance for this unit. So anyway, this setup is perfect for both hardcore gaming and demanding productivity tasks, which is why I opted it as my main computer while I was traveling. Now, if there's one thing that really stands out with this unit is the display. This OLED display is nothing short of stunning. With a resolution of 2880 by 1800 on this minimal, skinny, small 14-inch screen, games look extremely crisp and vibrant thanks to its high pixel density. The screen supports 120Hz refresh rate as well and G-Sync, making gameplay really smooth and tear-free. And while the chassis is compact, the thermal setup ensures that the performance stays sharp even under heavy load. In this example, I've been playing obsessively on this unit and I have been getting way more than 100 frames per second with DLSS on, but you really cannot tell with the small screen, plus the details really do pop, so it kind of balances each other, if that makes any sense. And I'm so glad that, that this can handle most of the modern games, if not all of them, with the respectable amount of settings, of course, that you set up for this. Now, despite its gaming prowess, the G14 is remarkably versatile. The keyboard, while extremely small, is extremely comfortable to type on, and the trackpad is really responsive. I would say it is just a little bit under the MacBook Pro's trackpad quality. It's also surprisingly good for multimedia. It's actually very comparable to a 14-inch MacBook Pro. Again, it's worth listening to it in person, with a speaker system delivering a clear and powerful sound, a significant step up from previous models. One of the other standout features for mobile users is the battery life. While it's not going to last all day under heavy use, you can still expect about 6.5 hours from a full charge, which is really impressive for such a powerful laptop. It's perfect for those who need a strong performance, but also true mobility. In my case, I was able to tweak it a little bit with custom software, and I was able to choose discrete graphics along with a quiet CPU, just to sort of balance depending on what my needs are. And you can do that with all the third-party software, which I've linked down in the comments below that you can check out for your device. Speaking of heat, the G14 does get really warm, but it is manageable. The ergonomic design means it's comfortable to use even when it's pushing its hardware to the limit. As mentioned earlier, the all-metal body does help in dissipating heat effectively, ensuring that performance isn't always throttled when you're knee-deep in those gaming sessions. However, I do advise keeping the bottom vent open to allow airflow to come in and out of the unit, just to make sure that the computer doesn't overheat and crash on you. And as much as possible, keep your lids open so that airflow can go in and out naturally, especially when gaming. And for connectivity, the G14 includes a range of ports that are more than sufficient for high-level gaming and professional use, including a Type-C and Type-A ports, a microSD card reader, and its own dedicated power supply plug. Now, keep in mind that the left side's USB-C is the only side that you can actually charge with an external USB-C charger if you wanted to go with a more portable solution. The left side is the only one that can take power in, as well as output display. So just something to keep in mind if you're planning to have multiple displays on this guy, that the left side is the only one that does allow you to connect external displays. And a good sort of reminder is the HDMI side, which is on the left side as well here, to sort of remind you that this side is primarily for the video. On the top, it also features a high-quality 1080p webcam with infrared for Windows Hello, an often overlooked but essential feature for streamers and content creators. Now, with a price tag of $2,000 for a top spec, the G14 offers incredible value, especially compared to similar models from other brands that can go much higher. It's competitive price for a laptop that doesn't compromise on performance or build quality. This one really got me because of the G-Sync and the ultra simplicity and how minimal it was. To be honest with you, I have no regrets getting the G14 so far. I took it with me for a trip. I came back after a month, and I totally forgot that I was using a Windows laptop this whole time, and I just left my MacBook Pro at home. Yeah, in conclusion, the Asus ROG Zephyrus G14 for 2024 isn't just a good gaming laptop. It's definitely a great one. Whether you're a professional needing powerful specs for creative work, a gamer wanting top-notch performance, or just someone who appreciates a high-quality build and sleek design, the G14 seems to check all its boxes. Well, that's it for today's review. If you're interested in quality stuff like this, where we look at tech and go through it like a consumer and opening up and checking out the experience of it, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Drop a comment to let me know what you think about the new Zephyrus G14 and if it might be your next laptop. Until next time, see ya.